Hello fellow detectorists. Yes, look, the rape has been cut in the two big fields here on permission number 2. So I'm really happy about that. We can finally get out onto the fields. The other fields here have got wheat growing in them, and permission number 1 has got wheat and barley, so they're a little way off yet before they'll be cut. But the rape fields have been cut here. I've got two really big fields here to go at now. I'll try my best in the stalks and hopefully we will find something. It is the 20th of July. It's about midday. I've got the rest of the afternoon here and sort of evening up till about 7 o'clock, I think. So I'll give this a good go. It'll be the first time I've used the ORX properly on a farmer's field. When I first got it last year, I did go out 4 or 5 times on permission number 1, but I didn't really know what I was doing with it. Today I'll be using the parkland settings I've been using the last 2, 3, 4 months. I've been doing quite well on coin deep on 14 kilohertz, so that is what I'm going to use today. I might change, but we'll see. That's been working for me just recently on the parkland, so that's what I'm going to use up here today. Anyway, let's get on with it. And as you know, you'll see me at the first find. Bye for now. Hello folks, here we go, we've got our first find, and it's come from just down here, and it is a coin. Now I would say, I can't see much on it, to be honest, on both sides. I can't really make out a lot, but it's halfpenny size, and I would guess that that's probably a George, either George II or George III. Still, that's a nice start. Back out on the fields. Anyway, let's carry on. Now then folks, we've got another strong target here. It gave me a good 92, 93. So I'm going to do a sort of a semi-live dig. I've already dug it out. I know the target's out, but I haven't seen it yet, so we'll see what it is. Well, our old favourite. That's why it gave me such a strong signal. As you can see, it's a 50 cal bullet. Here we go. It's a 50 cal. Anyway, let's carry on. Right then folks, we've got another semi-live dig here, and these figures were, I would say, more like it. They were high 70s and it gave such a crisp signal. It's too good to be true, but it wasn't overpowering the machine, not up in the 90s. So we'll see what this one is. I know it's out, but we'll just see. Oh, There we go. Big musket ball. I thought that gave a crisp. But that was in the top 70s, that was. Lovely. Anyway, we'll carry on. It doesn't look like that's been fired. Probably just dropped. We'll see what the next one is. Here we go, folks. Got our next target, and it is a little watch winder. It's quite a big loop on this one. They're usually a bit small, and you can see it used to be gold gilded as well. I did have one once before that was gold gilded. That's what that is, a little watch winder. Like I say, normally the loops on them are smaller than this. Try and find the watch now to go with it. Anyway, we'll carry on. Hello folks, our next target is this, which is a strange chunk of lead. It's quite thick, but you can see where it's sort of been nipped off on all sides. So whether that was a makeshift weight or something, I don't know, but it's definitely been worked as such. You can see where it's been nipped off. So that was probably going to be something at one time. They lost it. Anyway, we'll see what the next one is. Let's carry on. Here we go folks, our next find is a little thimble that a bit squashed. I don't think it's that old a thimble. The indentations look like they could almost be machine made, I think. When you get a proper beehive thimble, you can tell that they're a lot cruder made. Anyway, it's still nice to find. We'll carry on. Hello folks. Well, I've just had another find down here, and I don't know if any of you out there have been keeping a track of matters. Probably not, but I've yet to find a hammered coin with my ORX. I found a silver coin. I think it was a George III shilling or something like that. The first day I used my ORX, a while ago now. I have had other later silver coins, and a couple of other nice finds as well, but I keep thinking to myself, I haven't yet had a hammered coin. Well, you've probably already guessed it, just down here, had a good target, good signal, and there we go, look, that's great. So of course I haven't had a hammered coin for a while. That's brilliant. I'll just have a closer look at this, and bear with me a moment. Yes, it is an Edward. You can just see the A, then an R, then a D. So that is an Edward penny. I should imagine Edward the First. And you can just see Civitas, CIVITASLON. So that is City of Lun, as in London. And round this side, apart because of the damage you can't see it, but it would have had DON. So that's lovely. Brilliant. That's great. Anyway, let's carry on. See what comes up next. Here we go folks, you're not going to believe this, I've just found another one, but this one is unusual. I don't recognise this. There's a star there, look. I don't recognise this one. I'll just give this a very gentle clean and I'll come back to you in a moment. Bye for now. Right then folks, can you see that on the back there? There is a figure standing. Looks like they're holding a staff or something like that, and behind them is a star. I've never seen one like this before. I've seen a few hammered coins, but I've never seen one like this. That's interesting. I should imagine that's the back. On the front of it is that. What is that? I should imagine in a moment on the video you will get an answer as to what this is. But I have not seen one like that before. That's interesting. How about that? That's lovely. That's hammered coin number 2. The Orcs is doing well today. That is interesting. Anyway, I'll get on with it. We'll see what else we can find, and you will probably get an explanation as to what this is in a moment. Lovely. Bye for now. Here we go folks, we've got our next find, and here's another coin. It's not a hammered coin this time, but I'm still quite pleased with this one. It's very, very thin. This must be a farthing, I reckon. But I think it's another Georgius. You can just see Georgius round the outside there, and I think there's 2 1s there. It's Georgius II. And if we turn it over, you see, you just very vaguely see Britannia on the back there. And I think that says, the date at the bottom says 1785, or it could be 1705. I'm not sure. But I'll look that up anyway, and I'll be able to figure out what that date says. Still, that's lovely too. It looks like a George II. That's great, and I'm guessing that's probably a farthing. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit smaller than a halfpenny, and halfpennies tend to be a bit thicker than that. Anyway, let's carry on. It won't be long before I'll be going home, but I've got a little while yet. Bye for now. Well then folks, I've had quite a good afternoon here in the end. Actually, it's been very quiet at times, but it's been a bit of an experiment actually going over the top of this rape stubble. I started off and spent most of the afternoon coin deep program number 4, I think it is, in 14.4 kilohertz, but I then changed the kilohertz up to the frequency up to, I think it's is it 52 or 54 it starts off at, and then you can bump that up a bit, and I put it up to its maximum 58.8, I think it is, kilohertz on the coin deep program, and I just went over the top of the rape stubble, and that's how I found the second hammered coin, the unusual one, the one which at the moment I don't know what it is, but I'll probably find out in a moment and put it on the video. So the first hammered coin I got was coin deep in 14.4 kilohertz, but I was sort of going into patches, the very short stubble patches. You can find them, they're dotted around on the field here, but most of the stubble is quite tall. Anyway, I just thought I'd finish by saying that I think the first hammered coin was giving me a reading of about 70, 75, 72, and the second one was as well. But I should imagine I'll be back up on here again very soon. It'll probably still be rape stubble by the time I come back. You never know, the farmer might plough it in, but I know he does work for other farms in the area as well, so he has to concentrate on those as well. But anyway, I just thought I'd mention that, to say that about the frequencies, just to tie up the end of the video. Anyway, like I say, I've had a good afternoon, had some interesting finds, and I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.